Another act that I'm delighted to say is on our 2FM Rising list for 2024 is Chubby Cat.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Do I call you Cat? What do I call you?
You can call me Cat, yeah.
Good.
So.
Where's the name come from?
Well, I kind of I adopted the name when I was going to college, and then my sister and I were trying to find an artist name for me, so we just put it into Google name. What's that thing? Transmitter or something? I don't know. Generator. So we put in Cat, and then we saw Chubby Cat, and we were like, that'll do.
And that's it?
Yeah.
And that's where the name is stuck?
Yeah, no deep meaning or anything, so it's just kind of funny.
You're on the Rising list now for 2024. Is this something that was in your sights?
No, I didn't think I would get to this place. I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just so focused on writing and releasing, but I never really thought ahead. But I was always aware of the Rising list and how cool it was. I just didn't think I'd ever be on it. So
you are a graduate of BIM. Mm-hmm. We like to support all BIM students here in 2FM. Yeah. We've also got a scholarship and everything like that with that. Describe your style of music, and was that cultivated in BIM?
Yeah, I mean, it took me a really long time to get to the style that I have now. I feel like when you're in BIM, it's the music industry, a mini music industry world, and it's kind of a bubble. So I was kind of sounded like a lot of the other acts in BIM at the time, but it was a lot of R&B and just straight down the line stuff. But then when I moved to Belfast, the style for me just changed completely. And it was just the style in Belfast is so different to Dublin. So if I didn't have that, I wouldn't have the style now. But BIM, yeah, I didn't really know what I was doing in BIM. So yeah.
So you're from Cork,
yeah,
moved to Dublin for BIM, and now you're in Belfast, all along the coast up to the north of Ireland.
Yeah, making my way up.
What had you? What made you go to Belfast after Dublin?
So I met a producer in Belfast through my management, and I just fell in love with working with him, and I knew that I had to move there to continue. I went to London for a little while in between, but I didn't like it, and I worked with a lot of producers over there, but it just wasn't my vibe. It was just too impersonal and too big. So I knew in my heart that I had to go to Belfast, and now I'm there. It was the best decision I ever made.
So you love up there?
I absolutely love the talent up there is insane. The production, the songwriters, the styles up there is it's just all so new and nobody really knows about it. So I feel I've found a hidden gem, so love it's really exciting. Yeah,
love that. There's also a different string to your many bows as well. Musical theatre is a love of yours, apparently. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I wanted to be on the West End originally. So that's how I trained. I learned how to sing in Cork. A woman called Mary Hegarty taught me, and it was more the classical route of singing. But I think the foundation of that set me up for being able to bend into different styles and stuff like that. And then obviously the tutors in BIM taught me a lot as well. So I built on it, but the foundation is definitely musical theatre for me. That's where my love for singing came from.
What's your favourite show?
Miss Saigon.
Really?
Yeah. I love Miss Saigon so much. Yeah.
The OG.
Yeah, or The Phantom. Kind of the same vibe there. Yeah, I don't know which I'd pick, but I love the two of them.
So would you say that you bring your musical theatre experience to your performances on stage?
Yeah, I'm so dramatic.
In life or just on stage?
Both. Both. No, I like having that kind of dramatic feel to performances. A huge inspiration for me has always been Lady Gaga, and she's always combined the two. So I've always looked up to that, and I've wanted to incorporate that. So I kind of mix match everything that I've learned from both worlds and put it into one for my shows. So
I love Big Dog Barking. Tell us about the song.
So that was actually about when I was in London, just how much I hated London. And I wrote it with the guys in Belfast, and it was kind of a conversation turned into a song in a way. They were asking me about London and how I found it. And when I was telling them about being kind of homesick and the underground and all that kind of thing and the stress, we wanted to make a song out of it. So that's kind of what it turned into. So
there's another song that you have. It's actually your most current release. It is called Kissing in the Valley-O.
Yeah.
And the title always reminds me of songs that my parents used to sing growing up, Walk down in the Valley-O.
That's the vibe, yeah.
Is that the vibe?
Yeah, it is, because we wanted to make it really Irish and just have kind of the old school vibe to it with the production and the style of it mixed with like really current styles, like Pink Panther's kind of a style. So we wanted to like combine everything and then talk about like, you know, the housing crisis and stuff like that, and like my experience with living in Dublin and like falling down rooms and stuff like that. So that was like a really important topic that I wanted to talk about. So that's the vibe for the last one.
There's a line talking about that. Your generation doesn't know it's living. Bought my house for tuppence.
Yeah.
And like you're there talking about rooms and walls falling down.
Know, yeah.
Kojak also has a song called Town's Dead about the same sort of rental crisis too.
Yeah.
Is this being social and being socially conscious in your music? Is that important to you? Is that your inspiration?
Yeah, I mean, I want to be as genuine to myself as I can be through my music. I'm not trying to, you know, like be preachy at all. And I think incorporating my own experiences into things and into what I'm doing is really important. So I only talk about things that like I know about and that I've experienced, because I'm not trying to be anything but, you know, an authentic version of myself. So it's important for me to have lived things before I talk about it, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely, yeah. You're also representing Ireland for Eurosonic.
Yeah. Shook.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I did not expect it.
I feel like you're just like, what?
Yeah.
Just waking up being like, oh my God, I'm on the rising list. I'm representing Ireland.
Yeah, literally. That's been my mind for the last few weeks. Like, I kind of like, I'm disassociating with like what's happening. I'm just kind of like, what is going on? But it's really exciting. So.
Excellent. So trajectory for 2024, what's your plans?
Hopefully playing live loads. Like, it took me a long time to get a set list that I love, and that translates well from studio to live, because sometimes songs don't work live and stuff like that, and it took me a while to get the band I have, but I love them so much and I finally feel like it's in a really good place. So playing live loads, and hopefully an EP will be coming out next year as well, so we'll see.
Well, we can't wait to see you perform on 2FM Rising stage and to play your songs for the whole year of 2024. Chubby Cat, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.